how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be. How careless we could be.
It's too late now. I remember you and me. How careless we could be. Happy Day Vibe Tribe. Today I had labeled our chat.
Sometimes I'm feeling high, but sometimes I'm feeling low.
Maybe
I wanna stay inside, I could call my bed my home. I've been trapped inside my mind, wants to keep me in the zone. I bet I'll be fine, but I do not really know. Yeah, it's too late for me, not too late for you to be great and see the pain's worth the truth. I don't wanna be just someone that's new.
With this sentence,
You can hear the truth. Yeah, know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear
in the back of your
the
mind,
devil that's in our ear. Let it push you to see
don't
more.
mention
I
where
don't
the
wanna
rubs
think about
are,
the pain no more. Everybody's not
somebody
the same.
decides
We all
to,
open different doors. We've all got different brains.
utilize
Keep
their
stopping these wars. I just
career
get my lane, hope my
to
words even score. I just try to
shorten
keep it real.
your
Buy a meal,
time
find a way to make a deal, find a way to help us
and
heal. I don't wanna
productivity
have regret. That's what pushes me to get everything I wanna get. Work with every single breath, yeah.
And
You know,
I'm not gonna sit here and mention things that I
back of our
didn't
minds
do.
we hear.
So, and I'm not gonna sit here and,
Push you to
as I
see more clear.
maybe pretend,
Know that we all
as
have
I maybe
fear.
don't play pretend,
In the back of our
as I
minds we
am
hear.
actually
The devil that's in our ear.
I do
Push you to
not
see
have
more
to
clear.
mention how I measure my season, nor would you notice how ennyarodasi creates enjoyment, distributes enjoyment, and contains enjoyment within the content, which is,
She says that she loves me, she just wants to fool me. Got me feeling something, got me feeling nothing. Alcoholic junkie, says she thinks I'm funny. Think I might get lucky, spending too much money. She says she wants my necklace, put her on the guest list. Hope I don't regret this, hope I don't regret this. I'm feeling hella reckless, cashing all my checks, rich cookies on my neck, shit. She's on the offensive, I do not know my set
you
list.
don't know your defense, so if you create
until I'm
your
breathless. I'ma
strategy
stay
for defense
progressive. She
based
gon'
on
say
your
obsessive.
offense,
Life is so
I'm not going to
expensive. Do
teach you
everything
to,
excessive. I think my brain's defective.
define defensive.
Can't think when she's
offensive.
aggressive.
First, for me
She
to
snuck into
take
my
account.
section.
and to properly
think I learned my
take account
lesson.
within teaching.
And we ain't getting no sleep. These girls don't even know
You
me.
don't learn
Like Drake, I'm
until
getting
you
trophies.
recognize you get.
You want it, go and show
So
me.
recognizing
And we ain't
the
getting no
separation
sleep. These girls don't
between
even
church and
know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, go
I'm
and
not
show
going to
me. Cause
mention.
we ain't getting no sleep. Yeah.
And
Like we ain't getting no sleep. Yeah. She's sitting up in the front of the class, using that ass, she gonna pass. Keeping her pad and her pen in her lap. She been so bad with the men in her past. Now she just want the professor so bad. I'll give her lessons that she never had, like taking a freshman and teaching her math. I'll keep her guessing until she a grad. She always leaves them guessing, they don't know what's next, man. Learned it from the best, man. She loving every lesson with hands-on sessions. Points for attendance, she asks a lot of questions. I answer with my presence, I sit back while I'm texting. Said she wants to get me, said she'll bring me best friend. Know what happened next, man, you know what happened next, man. Treat her like a guest, man, rolling out the best, man. She had a confession,
recognizing how
she wanna stay for a minute,
old folks,
she wanna play for a minute, she wanna stay for a minute,
and how
I'm all up in it.
young and
I'll be back in a minute.
Guess.
I'll be back in a minute.
And how
Make
old
a track in a
folks
minute.
fuck
And I'm all
young.
up in it. No sleep.
The F word,
These girls don't even know me.
I would not mention the
Like
F
Drake, I'm
word.
getting trophies. You want
My
it, girl, then show me. Yeah. And we
Well,
ain't getting no
maybe
sleep. These girls
Mr.
don't even know
Rogers
me. Like
is
Drake, I'm
the
getting
most
trophies. You
deadly
want it, girl, then show me. Cause we ain't getting no sleep.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, we ain't
And
getting
nor
no
do
sleep.
and if I did know, maybe it's not within my senses of entitlement to tell you, show you, display to you, and things and stuff and such to recognize
Yeah.
that
My hands
senses
steady,
of
I'm feeling ready,
entitlement
but my
require
legs heavy, I don't
time
get it. How come I haven't hit it
to
already?
be
Still
able
working, I'm
to
still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally
feel,
turning something called a profit.
and
If I
to
hear you
have
talking
that
shit, don't get
definitive
caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your
it
ass,
is
dropping all your shit. Yeah, I
very
promise this, I got
satisfying
promises. You ain't
whenever
stepping
you
this, cross my shit.
recognize
You'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence. I got this, I will not quit.
properly
I'm on it,
interpreted
honest.
with
I'm
it
on
without
and I'm on
the
it. It's just a matter of time.
and recognizing, without the opinion. No, the opinions are just
dropping all these top tens. I'm so
part of
stopping. It's time
the
to live
illusion,
my life. It's time to live my life.
who may be and may not be the ones in the people around here. So to create questions, it's, sometimes recognizing where,
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bro.
I expected that, I'm the one to get it. How are you going to line up your senses of entitlement within your beliefs? So I could recognize because it's just my belief to conduct
I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Rock, bitch. Hot shit. I'm dropping, chronic. I think I'm about to fucking
sometimes, whenever you don't know yourself that well, and whenever you do know yourself that well, you can raise questions all over the place, and make it harder for yourself to do. Because, within recognizing, being a worker for Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Papa John's, it is definitely a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I've been in and out the studio like a student though, working
Well,
on
why
the I do it cause I'm in the zone and you know that I'm
it
ready
is
for the
you
shows.
within your sensibility.
But I'm waiting till I'm
I talked
Here I go.
I talked to a real girl today.
Baby, do you really love me or do you really hate me?
Is that within my
Would
reach
you grade me?
for, a part of my interests? Because why would I even create a Halloween? I'm sorry, why would I even create?
She is naked, and I really hate it. God, I really hate it. I just wanna make
What,
it. All this
dinner
fake
talk,
shit, living in the real life,
resembles,
looking for some real
your
time,
sense
talk
of
about the real
entitlement.
clout,
Oh,
action it in
you
real
are,
life.
I thought you would be the one to be entitled, like, slutty girls dressed up in costume. What's your costume? What's your costume? What's your costume?
Let's go.
Never the question.
Yeah, I'm a
I wouldn't recognize Hidden City gameplay and freaking foodway, and you know
I
what?
never giving up. Yeah, I never
That's within my sense of,
take it back from these haters playing tracks for the traitors. Got the passion and that's when it happens. Factions take actions, trapped in their captains. It's happening. I'm raising my status. I'm out gaining traction. Avoid the distractions. I'm snapping, no captions. Attracting
I have already guessed that if distraction destroyed, then I'm not going to notice the weak I'm not going to notice the low streamers. I'm not going to notice the low likes, low comments, and I am going to recognize your favorite hand though. How could you properly cut a rug?
Everybody on the top got the same sound. Everything I'm about to drop, make a name.
You would have to recognize that is an older generation.
Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. I got so many bars, call it kamikaze.
That is, that is dance, within the essence of Footloose, I would recognize, myself from a dive bar. And if I did, if that creates more sense of challenge, then it's within our definitive will to exterminate all I'm so scared of, what happens on, the radio. This ain't a radio. So, if you tune into some of my other episodes, I may have highlighted. Like your girl's back, hit a clap, clap, bring it in, smack, shiny like a quick snack, like it when I'm all up in there. You would not recognize to you would have to be in a certain that has certain knowledge through certain wisdom. And sometimes within certain wisdom they create certain knowledge so you can further the creation of things and maybe I lied. If you interact with the world through body language, I know something. Me, myself, neither here nor there, and if it was, I would not recognize, and if I did recognize, maybe you would have some proper intel through, proper body language communication. If I go with and recognizing it is not within my, it's not within my purpose to battle upon,
please wanna spread like a disease.
Things and such,
I just wanna feel your needs.
There are, interruptive people in the world. And within interrupted, I would expect myself to be a highlight of distraction within my purpose and maybe my, your created and or non-created senses of entitlement, and that's neither here nor there, that's neither, that's not for debate. So where you create, within the creation of game would be the creation of sport, would be the, and it would be the essence of your questions, that question.
Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a You take a fucking bad chick, put her on a mattress. Baby, she's a savage, but she lets me have it. Oh, we get
rely on my body language
glasses. You could be my captain,
because
baby, be
it's
proactive.
not, the moment that, to be proactive, you would recognize that if you were just a sim of my employee. If so, I imagine that I knew. That's what, your audience must be within the mindset
you know, movie creation. Within the mindset of movie creation, we must create
They don't truly know me.
you know,
Taking
an
drinks
entitled
working
a
on
reason
taking
to
long
read,
showers,
without weighing out drama.
over the counter.
Weighing out drama patterns. I would say that what do you mean my drama patterns have to do with our policy? That's not your business, nigga. It's within my business to discipline your punk ass while questioning.
Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress
And
next to a sun.
by creating distraction. Don't
don't raise the question about, racism in, a place that has yet to recognize that maybe,
let's go.
so,
I ain't the first with the curse,
it's
with the worst
within
that I
the,
wanna be better, not worse, man, it hurts.
the
I'm on
cucumbers,
this earth with my words, and
to
I put
question
them all
whether
together in a circus.
the
I'm
glass
gonna
is
have
half
words.
empty or
From
half
the
full,
heart till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words. Gonna be a
Italy
star,
would
man,
agree,
just like a bird.
France would
Working this
agree,
hard,
and,
baby, let's go, sir, yeah.
recognize that you are not in touch with your own propaganda, because your propaganda is so widespread,
I got your girl, she laughing and dancing, hanging on my butt, she asking to crash with me. Smash with me, she savage, she wants cash money, and she knows that I live lavishly. I wanna live, I'm cold inside,
to recognize
give all I have just to
are
feel
not.
alive. I'll fight to live,
Maybe you
I'll
are.
fight to strive.
I would want for you to begin to interpret,
I'm the man now, I'm teaching the game a better and better
to interpret,
anybody
you
else
notice
test
the
me, I'm
United
ready.
States
Looking in my hand, it's
divided.
steady, I'm trending,
notice the
ascending and
United
blending,
States
lyrical
as,
bending. Now I'm spreading and getting my
different
name
states
out
with
now.
different
Yeah, you hear me
policies,
that?
different
All the
laws,
crowds ripping the sound, I'm hitting the
skills,
ground
different
running, up and
tools,
coming,
and
ain't nothing. Yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100,
programs,
cold-blooded,
and
no budget, from nothing to
CCTV
something. I
footage,
ain't bluffing, I got a
studied
full hand
to
and a full
be
plan.
the
I ain't gonna
essence
stop till I'm
of
at the top, man. Every
economy.
single drop got me feeling awesome. I'm about to pop, started from the bottom.
I've been recording for 17 minutes,
I'm cold
and
inside. Give
I am
all
not
I
going
have
to
just to
rely
feel
on
alive.
the music to tell you my fate, though within my existence I can help you write your own fate. And as you recognize that, the essence of surprise is going to be your essence of entitlement. So be entitled to your hands. Be entitled to your individuals that, that have, the cord has already been traced back to the wall. And guess what? Within the wire profession and the profession of internet and ethernet connection and cables and data and logistics and tactical abilities within your stances and within knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, then you don't know your rights. And if you're going to continue guessing as to who you are, then it is definitely within full range for me to mock in every way that you, bok, that you stock, that you think you rock, that you think that you badass, that you think that you all that in a bag of chips. Because you aren't. And you wouldn't be wearing my hearts on your cheek if you weren't. And though, I wouldn't expect myself to not be entitled within my own drama patterns. And if you're going to interpret from the lack of awareness within stance, then go ahead and follow the little piggy around as it wee, 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 all the way home, And then you noticing, how do you play this little piggy went to the market? This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. And this little piggy had none. And so, this little piggy when we all the way home.
Ragday. Ragday. Your nails have to be cut. They need to be cut human style, you know.
Whatever that is. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. Nor do I claim. I don't. Maybe I claim. Maybe I don't claim.
Recognizing that, there's a bunch of false representers in the chat.
It would require proper time to create the stances of, how am I going to create pain where there's zero emotion? Time, a little bit of time, a little bit of testing, and a little bit of, you don't have to add reason within the ableness abilities of Pro Tools. Oh, you don't make music? Oh, sorry. Why are you even in this chat? Oh, somebody that, do you make a sponsor music? No, you're just a cuckold simp that wants to have,
I think I want to have say of, how the
Hispanic community. Excuse me. I am not from America, nor am I nor am I from Hollywood. Happy Halloween, by the way. Jeez Louise, it is definitely not tiring to notice our movie magic. Just within recognizing my non-body language and recognizing things and stuff and such would not be me being myself, because that would be unnatural to unnatural circumstances that are explicitly exploited to be entitled for their creation of penal code interpretations, and neither here nor there stances within Hidden City gameplay, because once you cross certain lines within things and stuff and such, it's within it's within the essence of actual time, distinguishable correlation. Distinguishable correlation was within my mathematic equation, already deduced to the recognition that coexistence requires a certain perspective within interpretation. And then within, being a creator of storms, a creator of drama, a creator of problems, unsaid and unbeknownst from my original stances, maybe. Measure my maybe within original stances, and you have traced the chord back to the wall. As towards your definitives, if you want a definitive, well, if I poke the bear, then, will the bear, bite off your head? Who's your head is not the question from your perceived perspective within stance. So why do you have a stance, a voice? Why should I tolerate another day, let alone another debate period with your recognizable handwriting, your recognizable time triggers? You become a study of your own whenever you're unaware. And it leaves the board game wide open for me just to fuck up your whole fucking senses of entitlement with me just being natural to who I am. Oh, and already realizing that it's going to be within your whiny whine rhetoric, to be just as reflective of the consumerism, that you buy into, that you feel entitled within. I wouldn't know how to create the perfect storms, to create the perfect scenarios, to maybe, to maybe have that turned around within the allotted time, beyond the allotted time, far beyond the allotted time that you have been provided. You're welcome. You don't need to mention thank you whenever you don't, it was all created so you don't, maybe I don't want you to notice that I'm the boss. And maybe that was, me mentioning to myself, within the properly interpreted silence and body language, within the multiplicity of the trifecta. I recognize that if there is a trifecta, then there's a bunch of non-trifectas. So if I step on all of your toes, you're still not going to muster up the strength to bite off my nose. So how about you go fuck yourself and, die in hell is what your response already was. And how cliche of a movie writer to, not be so predictable. Within the allotted time and interpretation, regulating the knowing that distortion and distraction between truth and reality may play into identity politics, may play into nationality politics, may play into racial politics, may play into corporate politics, may play into capitalistic politics, may play into politics, may play into, cultural stances, may play into federal stances. And to tickle, if I want, to, what is that? To recognize that the pawns and the Ponzi's, that, they're all pigs and they're willing to, exist within the filth that I've created for them to, to misinterpret weapons as, oh, these are my friends. Oh gosh. And then create your debates, your enjoyments, together in the expected, allotted, scheduled channels. I will be sure that you cannot trace the cord backward to the wall because I am not Adam. Nor do I have a dick. And if I did, you would be the first to know about it. Not I. And though I speak backwards. If you're just now coming around to realizing the, the choices that you've made within, choosing which pen you want to create as your area of entitlement and enjoyment. Slim to none is the not been thought of. Very handy within dandy stances, though. You must have a certain allotted time to not be productive on the job. How many, and to not tell you what the job is, to just provide you with, all the right tools to, make art, create art, create money, create enjoyment through entertainment. Tell me what you're thinking. Blog about it. No, you don't. Maybe you are or not paid to utilize these tools. I recognize where I have the upper hand. Provide me with enough time, allotted beyond your allotted time to, beyond your allotted time to
not notice things and
formulas. You promote to kill your boss. I wouldn't recognize if your boss had multiple services just for that, specific maybe incident. And, as far as recognizing that maybe you enjoy to twiddle your fucking jack-off fingers for more time than you can please a woman physically, then maybe you should fucking die. If you're not going to be active within your life, oh no, you've chose your stance within being active. So stay the fuck out of my way or I'll fucking kill you. Yeah, and it'll be, or I'll fucking kill you.
Hey, I don't fucking need to fucking sit here and fucking,
slowly cut away at everyone's senses of entitlement as I create the perfect torture chamber. What do you mean one couldn't do all? Do you not know your own pledge? One nation. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, show me the bitch with the book and the flame in her hand to fucking guide me. And my lack of intelligence, due to,
you couldn't show me your public choice by displaying it for fucking 10 hours a day.
It's not torture to me whenever, I create, it's behind me. I don't need for you to know that. And whether, I need to gauge the entitlements within the world. Was it one of my hands that tickled your fancy? Please go, please go on. Please go on. So, people were talking about countries today. Do you know why your country is on the map? Clearly I don't, though I have jack-off hands. First off, without proper partials.
What is that, partial? You're not partially live, 24 hours a day, so how about you partially go fuck yourself?
How about that?
I don't know, I don't speak to myself much. And even the hole in the wall has an intuition that could really, what it is trying to tell me, within, recognizing, I don't need to tell you that I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm kind of taking enjoyment out of it, aren't I?
I need, you to be running for, over fucking, what is it, those those workers that, work. I didn't ask you to stay, bitch. Your job was to be live up to 3 hours a day. That was your allotted time. I don't give a fuck that you fuck. Oh, I'm gonna utilize brown entitlement to try to keep myself alive. Fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that within the Hispanic community? Are we measuring senses of entitlement and reasons? Just because you have that handwriting and that you can translate that handwriting, is your name Xi Jinping? Are you substantial to a certain, certainty within certainties? No? Then, you can literally die, and I don't have any feelings for a stranger. Though there are these two strange-ass people that I've allotted the time to highlight themselves as, friends. As your, not just a friend, your best friends. I'm not going to sit here and mention that I have favorites or don't have favorites in a chat, and if I highlighted that to you, maybe I was being passive-aggressive. And maybe he would only recognize the aggressive part of what I'm saying, or maybe not properly mentioning, or maybe properly mentioning within the senses of entitlement that is within senses of entitlement. Within your senses of entitlement to write some more of my shit in the chat. Write some more of my shit in the chat. As if I didn't, take away shit, separate myself from shit because that was in the bracket of my senses of entitlement. And, No Name in the chat is speaking again. Oh, No Name in the chat was speaking again. There's... as far as video killed the radio star, I don't fucking think Hollywood was made for rain. Was it made for rain? What is rain traceable to? Rain is traceable. That is adorable. Thank you for the what is it? What is it? Thank you for the hey me gift. Things and stuff and such. What do you mean the hey me gift? I would have to kill about, I would have to fucking show you and dumb people. Business for dummies was never, I'm not saying, it was never within my passions. I'm going to passionately sit here and, I'm going to teach you a lesson. As a matter of fact, though, she would have probably highlighted to me ennyarodasi. Keep on keeping on. And within that truth, recognizing, things that you wouldn't say, things that you would notice, mention, and, within senses of entitlement, I would recognize that I maybe not mark my senses of entitlement, though within maybe not marking my senses of entitlement, maybe you've already marked my senses of discrepancy. And maybe, just maybe, you have been dealing with my senses of discrepancy longer than your Twitter fingers could recognize that there was a discrepancy. So recognize the fucking crowd of nimwits. And recognize the crowd of nimwits that I've created. God had, put, things and stuff into this world, and God can take things and stuff and such out of this world. I wouldn't fucking, let us base our freaking sense of safety on this stripper because, she's, active for 10 hours within my, my, wishes that, Hmm. Hmm. And, you know, I'm not going to mention whenever I had a speeding ticket in Virginia, and I had, I'm not from Virginia, though. There was a speeding ticket that had to be taken care of. So, within policy, and within giving you more reasons to be entitled to cry. Oh, you thought you had a reason to cry? Oh no, it's my job. I'm gonna cry to strippers all day. As, why I recognize ennyarodasi, could be, a freaking lethal weapon to everything I fucking, built in the freaking break room. Oh, no, sorry. I was online so long I didn't recognize, that there was another Jenny Beats that, was, working, derby. You mean working? Senses of enjoyment, senses of entitlement, senses of policy. I don't know. You could literally, but it's, you can make a game. You can make a game from nothing. You can make a game out of nothing. Ooh. Ah. How do you grease up a politician? Ah. If you could create, things and stuff and such, you would know that the creation of large piles of stickity, melted into large piles of stickity, would that mean that I just abolished I abolished your creation, I made you a macaroni art, and you just, the macaroni turns to a blank sheet of paper. Oh, maybe I'll utilize this as a whiteboard. That's a brown person right there in the chat. Any beats in your honesty? Yeah, that's also a brown person. Things and stuff and says, I don't know how, the distinguishment, the distinguishment between power, and noticing, what is that? You're not allowed to have friends in your Odyssey because they have a name in the chat. Oh, really? I would imagine it would be within set in policy to create a whole situation, turn the who is it? Turning a mountain into a molehill. These are, we have not been around to recognize, things and stuff and such. What do you mean things and stuff and such? And honestly, it's never been within a certain, and not recognizing where your parents may have shown you tough love through through the displays that you may have been misinterpreting and or had originally misinterpreted. Therefore, everything, having a full send moment would be just the shared dialogue within
you know, what may be true within the world and what is, you know, is faceted within the realms of that, you know, disillusion, delusion, you know, and things and stuff and such. And ennyarodasi, you know, maybe, you know, it was within my moral compass to make sure, you know, I entitled certain ratio, you know, to really be able, or not, you know, to be of etherically, you know, of etheric stance to put things to people. How could you properly put, you know, and then how could we sit here and not mention within the senses of entitlement? You know, we only talk about this around, you know, around the dinner table on Tuesdays. You know, and then recognizing the time that has been allotted for enjoyment, you know, being entangled within certain business, certain companies that may have been, you know, if you're a part of my, you know, if you're a part of my company, you know, I can, you know, I'm not going to sit here and make it my responsibility, you know, to recognize that it's within certain company, to recognize that, you know, the people that you can be yourself around, you're not thinking about, you're not noticing responsibility, and you're not noticing yourself within the essence of responsibility because you've been trained, you know, since birth to be something that is not utilized as a tool. And if it is utilized as a tool, that it is utilized as a, you know, it is utilized proper, you know? And recognizing the instances where, you know, you realize, you know, you can't, you know, where you can and where you, it's not, I'm not going to, you know, have somebody tell me how you enjoy, you know, oh, if you notice, if I notice you as my child, you know, how am I going to, you know, to be, you know, thinking the same way, you know, measuring the same way as the world whenever it's your job to make choices that delegate the choices of the world, or that properly create the circumstance within the world to, you know, to create problems, you know, effectively within, you know, things and stuff and such. Within things and stuff and such, recognizing, you know, where things and stuff and such have been created, you know. I'm not going to utilize my, you know, utilize my energy to confirm nor deny your insecurities or your, you know, or your non-display of insecurities. And I know that that's within, you know, a certain moral compass that is natural to the coexistence of certain individuals, certain characters, and, you know, certain, you know, if you have a friend that, you know, everybody wants to be friends with, yet they don't want to be friends with you because of, you know, the whole list of reasons that maybe have been displayed on the internet or within a subscribed era of, you know, testing the waters of the world, I guess, you know, within understanding, within stance, within all that shit, you know, and recognizing, you know, before the switch, you know, before, you know, autopsies are had, that my wishes may be a part, you know, that of, what is it, supply and demand
we tried the to the thing.
To the, what do you mean, Y2K? Yeah, dude.
Show me your immortal incapabilities. No, was it? Show me how I can disown you today, child.
I don't know. I was just thinking, ennyarodasi, you could be my job.
Oh, do you want me to? Oh, how about you stay the fuck on your jock? Because I'm going to sit here and mock you. Either way, it's within dinner talk. And as far as dinner talk, it will be very funny, and all the months and years that I can create little, inside jokes about killing your favorite TV hosts, all because they were friends. You are so, very productive. Back to work now, fellas and gentlemen. Find your closest strippers and start jacking your dick. Start fucking counting your luck there, buddy. Counting your luck, buddy. And you can't ask a married couple, how many times have you friend zoned your husband? I don't know, maybe 5 times a day. Things and stuff and such. Maybe about 5 minutes, our senses of entitlement, things and stuff and such. Be short, and I was never ever not once, perceived as a homewrecker. Let me, that is for the record. I never once was perceived as competition. That's for the record. I was never once perceived as something that I wasn't. That's for the record. I was never perceived differently than I would enjoy myself to be displayed within a bunch of, gossiping babies. I would not, place myself within how you correlate, ennyarodasi, you're a brown person. There's levels to this shit. And with that understanding that, what is that? A full send, brother. Is it ironic that the language suits the circumstance, or the time when circumstance creates language? So I have this Bible necklace, and there's pages. There's pages in it. There's pages to. It's pages to it. There's pages to this here necklace. I must first lead you into temptation to recognize how I can best deliver you. Deliver your soul on a silver platter, And there's a book written by Anonymous, and I think they're a fellow Trump supporter, or they're something like that. And the book was, I'm not sure if the book was written anonymous or if it was written safe with me. I don't know how you measure that either. You know, whether you sit here, you know, liar. You know, for somebody that's not a liar, you wouldn't expect them to cheat. For somebody who's not a thief, you would not expect them to steal. For somebody who is not a killer, you would not expect them to kill. If, you know, you are not a criminal, I would not notice if you trespassed. And if you were led to temptation, I wouldn't expect you to notice my level of knowing within my stance of question mark. And recognizing, you know, hallowed be thy name. Not sure if we have yet to come across to a name that could be associated within the chat. Sorry. If I've maybe stumbled across a name, you know, to measure intellectual property within stances of entitlement, within writing camps, I wouldn't recognize you as my refugee. And if you are my refugee, what are you refuting? To refute is to prove a statement or theory to be wrong or false. In other words, to disapprove. You know, to confirm opposite maybe would not be to deny your life stances, your lifestyle, your life entitlement, and or your life popularity, person. So, wait now, my patient, as I tolerate the time that would allot the distinguishment as to who you are in the chat. And every hand, profile, and account thereof, whether within association, disassociation, and especially disassociation. First, to recognize a lie may be to recognize where you don't stand in tandem with your fate. I wouldn't want you to know your fate, and if I did, then I would want to create enjoyment for myself and for my everything being part of my sense of entitlement. And, you know, be careful, because when she does become a killer, you know, she's gonna be the one calling the shots, not your, you know, you would notice me as your echo, because everything that you say, you know, I do better. And to do something may just be within, you know, planned, allotted senses of entitlement. Within senses of entitlement, you know, to recognize that I am echoing the reverberations of past rulings. You are not. I have yet to notice the person who, you know, writes the rules, and if they, you know, and if everybody notices the person that writes the rules, maybe if the world is just wrong, dead wrong, then we must then you know, recognize, you know, where in the world is Carmen Santiago? And to recognize that they've all been allotted the time to type things and stuff and such.
And honestly, you know, they are type, you know, they're kind of, you know, they're trying to be backhanded.
I wouldn't notice that. Would not notice that. Red Rover! Red Rover! You know, within playing games today, I'm gonna be the best player, I'm gonna be the best pimp. And I'm gonna expect you to be the best eunuchs, because, you know, you're not a real boy, Pinocchio! when is somebody gonna mention the Pinocchio? Oh,
Hold on. Oh.
The movie comes out, Pinocchio's a real boy. Oh, fuck he's not. Oh, fuck he's not. Who has dropped a bomb for Pinocchio? I will wait. Nobody. Oh, bombs is sentences in a chat. Oh, drop bombs, drop bombs, drop bombs! What do you mean strap on, strap on, strap ons? What do you mean strap on, strap on, strap ons?
Is that a lesbian joke? So if you're not gay, are you lesbian? Is that rude?
Things and stuff and such. Allotted time. You know, it is probably thoroughly enjoyable to be self-aware within the times that we are currently existing, and where we're not currently existing, and, you know, things and stuff and such. Where else else are you supposed to discuss religion? I would guess that you would ask. Mention. I would then highlight to you the references towards I wouldn't mention the evolutionary. I would mention basic deduction and association between elevation and precipitation. And anywhere, you know, your answer lies dormant, and maybe, you know, if you answered, if you answer your question within the freaking, you know, the thing, the what is that? I don't know, I was like, what is that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Just look at it. And honestly, how about you? Remake the wheel? You know, maybe it's within my senses of, entitlement. You know, could be tragic entitlement, though. Though, you know, podcast react within, you know, the essence of funny videos, within the essence of, you know, video react dubs, and what grinds your gears, you know, maybe thinking that, these could maybe be questions or, things that you would be interested to react to. And within a, scientific place publicly that I could gauge your reactions, your reaction time, your reaction speed, and your reaction, circumstantial, allotted graphing within things and stuff and such. And within, it wouldn't be within things and stuff and such, because if it was within things and stuff and such, then you wouldn't have any things and stuff and such to practice your Twitter fingers, to practice your talking to strippers, and to practice your being dominated. You would know how to be dominated. You would know how to be, And I wouldn't expect you to know how to be. Because, whenever you are just a living, walking, type-in example of who you are, I would expect for you to answer certain ways, certain questions. I wouldn't, think that you had the intelligence within your moral compass, nor your, skillful fortitude to stand in front of a camera for an hour and to create non-original content. Non-original towards the question of religion, because if there was a God, I would not expect that God to be worshipped properly, therefore not yet understanding nor being a living example of the wrath that I create if I was a God. Oh, a transcript God, a screenwriting God, a screen fighting God. It's within your civil duties. This is, you know, it's within their civil duties. You know, hold on, guys. It's within your civil duties to be a cucumber. It's within, you know, and you know, and then, you know, sometimes you know, the back and forths with myself, you know. You cannot lose your voice if you have yet to find your voice. And if you find your voice, you know, don't tell me. Because if I told you, then I'm going to have to kill you. At last, it's sad. It's what they hoped for. How they were answered was neither here nor there. Nor was it everywhere. Nor was it green eggs or ham. I do not know myself from a hole in the wall. Same I am, you know, and to recognize the influencers that do have Facebook pages, and then the influencers that are utilizing and are streamlining content, information, data, and or, you know, power from, you know, my enormous wire rack. I wouldn't notice. We don't have CCTV here in America, do we? I'd probably learn on one of those, you know, those investigation, those TV shows about, you know, crime and you know, what is it? Real crime! I didn't realize real crime was, you know, triggered by propaganda. I did not realize it was triggered by certain trigger words. Uchiwawa.
Isn't that baby language for agua? Isn't that baby language for water? Water's not, you know, it's not an essential, you know, it's not an essential.
Ennyarodasi and things and stuff and such. You know, thinking back to basics is definitely, you know, it's definitely a place to start a conversation with, you know, because you must be first aware that you're having a conversation to have a conversation. Because if you're not present to have a conversation, then maybe you are not, you know, within my subscribed content. Too bad, so sad. I don't know. You know, you realize that it is
within your moral compass to gauge, your popularity through your consistency within the relics of ChatGPT. Somebody had mentioned to me dinosaur techniques and dinosaur technology, and I think that maybe we should, every time I say maybe we should, I'm going to schedule an interview. So, it's not gonna be an interview, it's gonna be a green room green screen. Because within the essences of trusted interpolation, within certain certainties, okay? Within certain certainties, okay? Okay? I would not in a million years, I think that you would question me within, certain personal, moral, and mortal fortitudes. And, within, if you never had an argument with your best friend, then they're probably not your best friend. And if you have never had an argument without laying hands on your best friend, then you would recognize, things and stuff and such. What you want me to say, to properly, to recognize that you want me to brainwash these fools. In essence, to brainwash these fools, I need to figure out, he would have botted to me that you have to figure out what they are, attracted to as far as, capturing their attention. And, I'm not going to mention the hostages because they're hostages of their own will. So, yeah. My reason for, creating cleavage where there is none is neither here nor there. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Maybe we can make a podcast about it. It would be a fun podcast, right? And I ain't gonna sit here and mention how you could possibly, freaking throw hands with your bestie, and marriage is not always supposed to be, till death do us part. Maybe you are not one of those type of individuals that, marries all your friends. Or interpretation, is it? For the birds and the bees. And within, time and, creating a lot for a time. I'm not gonna sit here and, mention all these reasons to be great. Oh, you want me to be, I'm gonna find reasons to be hateful. No, ennyarodasi, to play, is that, she wouldn't have maybe, wrote Matchbox 20, he, she, they, them, we could be united, though united could be a lie. Did you know that there are many Hindu gods and goddesses?
and how the moral stories within the Bible could be, if you were to consolidate correlation, within consolidating correlation, and especially perceived correlation, that would be, important within business topics, and, points of view within consumer deduction would be consumer reasoning, consumer complaints, written complaints within allotted times and allotted perspectives is definitely stating. Anywho's, today I'm going to mention to you, or no, I'm not going to mention to you because I've already mentioned 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, and I somehow have been divinely within the time of translation. Within the time of translation, being embraced by my surroundings. And for those that, oh yeah, take care. Maybe it was care that, bought your outfit, your job, your career, and the deal that, because for it neither to be here nor there, maybe it's, the understanding would be applicable to here, there, and very, slim circumstances within, certain understandings. And we have not played a game today. There's a lot of things that we haven't done, and there's a lot of things that we haven't mentioned, and I would not expect that to be within your scheduled rhetoric. So, your sights, your sights of aim, your aim of sights is not a product, nor is it a person, nor is it a place, nor is it a thing, though. Just keep watching. I'll be right back. read a book to you. Written by Mara Alperin. Mara Alperin. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. This book is to Julia and Paul, fellow Billy Goats, and to Mom for playing the best troll who lived under the bridge at Umstead Park. High in the mountains lived 3 billy goats. They were called Baby Gruff, Middle Gruff, and Big Gruff. All winter long, an icy wind blew, and the billy goats ate only dry thistles and scraggly brambles. When at the last the snow melted, they set off for the valley below. Down the mountain they trotted. Trip, 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 trap, trip, trap. To the old stone bridge. There on the other side of the river was the freshest, greenest grass they'd ever seen. Look at that yummy, scrummy grass. Can I go first, please? Can I? Please? I'm so hungry. I could eat the whole field. And so, the billy goats lined up to cross the bridge. First Baby Gruff, then Middle Gruff, then Big Gruff. Under the bridge, hiding in the shadows, was a big, ugly troll. He had a terrible waddy face, and he had horrible pointy ears, and he had awful stinky breath, and he liked to eat anyone who crossed his bridge. So when the Baby Gruff skipped across the bridge with a trip, trap, trip, the troll sprang up from below, snarling and slobbering. Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? It's me, Baby Gruff, squealed. It's me, Baby Gruff squealed. The littlest billy goat. I'm going to the meadows. I'm going to the meadow to nibble all the flowers. Oh no! Oh no, you're not! Roared the troll. This is my bridge, and I'm going to eat you up for breakfast with some freshly buttered toast. Baby Gruff trembled. Please don't eat me, he squeaked. I'm so little you wouldn't even taste me. Wait for my older brother, Middle Gruff. He's bigger and much tastier. The troll licked his lips. Bigger? Tastier? He cried. Then I'll eat him instead. Now be gone with you. And so Baby Gruff scurried over the bridge. Trip, trap, trip. Silly old troll, he giggled. Soon after, Middle Gruff clattered across the old stone bridge. Trippity-trap! Trippity-trap! The troll leaped up once more, growling. Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? It's me, Middle Gruff bleated. The next billy goat. I'm going to the meadow to munch all the grass. Oh, no, you're not, roared the troll. I'm going to gobble you up for breakfast with a nice glass of milk. Don't be silly, cried Middle Gruff. I'm so bony, I'd make your teeth fall out. Wait for my older brother, Big Gruff. He's fatter and much yummier. The troll started to drool. Fatter? Yummier? He shouted. Then I'll eat him instead. Now be gone with you. And so Middle Gruff trotted across the bridge. Trippity-trap, trippity-trap. Silly old troll, he tutted. Finally, Big Gruff thundered up to the bridge. Trippity-trap, trump. Roar! Roared the troll. Who is that trip-trapping over my bridge? He was very hungry by now. Big Gruff stomped his hooves. It's me, he grunted, the biggest billy goat. The troll's tummy was rumbling and grumbling. Up he jumped, bellowing. Here I come to gobble you up! No, said Big Gruff, pointing his big horns right at the troll. Here I come! And he butted the troll right into the rushing river. Splash! Arg! Howled the troll as the river swept him far away. And so Big Gruff thudded over the bridge to join his brothers in the meadow. Trip, trap, trump. Silly old troll, he chuckled. All summer long, 3 billy goat gruffs crunched and munched the delicious green grass until they could eat no more. And they never, ever saw that silly old troll again. The end. When 3 billy goat brothers reach the bridge to the meadow, a slobbering troll blocks their path. The brothers are no fools. But how do you trick a troll? Though. So this book was written by Mara Alperin and Kate Pankhurst. Thanks and such! Maybe we should play some games and, you know, maybe, just a maybe. Ain't gonna be no maybe, just maybe. I wonder how difficult or easy it would be to be sweet, beautiful ascension for
For the haters. You know, things and stuff and such has been, you know, the noticing within certain highlights of, you know, screen recorded content, you know, and so, and things and stuff and such. You know, within the prison system, false representing and false claiming, you know what I'm saying, would be maybe to wear the wrong flag on the right days and maybe wear the right flag on the wrong days. And, you know, I ain't gonna sit here and be my own, I ain't gonna sit here and be a snitch. Recognizing if you, you know, if you, shh. If you. You don't need to deny the truth whenever the truth is present. You don't, whenever you are the one who listens to the words of men, you don't have to be an example of the words of men. That used for Christianity would be recognized as religion, therefore sectionalized, divided, and separated from church and state. You must not utilize your the verses that were, you know, left for you to study to be the essence of correlation between the shackles of your common imagination within the raws. That wrote the laws to either support or perceive and attempt translate within stylistic communication of a feminine personality. Personology, I mentioned. Maybe you should graph and measure your senses of entitlement within the essences of things we agree on and things that we disagree on. Maybe for me, both here and there, and for you recognizing, I just, you know, fed you with another reason to be jealous and underappreciated and over-entitled. I don't have to fight for what I want. Nor are my opinions, stances, or beliefs in tandem with the poems that you write for others being applicable to your direct, indirect circumstances. One hour and 42 minutes.
episode is Litaki or your Litaki. I'm sorry, for your lit talking. Stiggity vibe tribe. Be sure to stay tuned. Stay tuned for more Paramount discussions and of non-Paramount productions and fantasy and wishes, you know. That built for just chatting may have been a lie. Though just chatting referring to me, my videos, undisclosed and basic things and stuff and such. It's so off. It's so off. Oh, so for things and stuff and such, be sure to stay tuned. Be talking to your vibe tribe. Till later.